Hi, I'm Jean, and this is about how to run the HeatHack board game. The board game is designed to help you understand what users do in your building. Your group will tell the story of what happens during a typical week. The first time you play the board game, it's about where the users are in your building, and also about which spaces are not occupied. Remember, the way you use your buildings might change in the future. Well-occupied buildings are easier to make comfortable, and it also means that you can get grants to help you pay for any changes. If a building will always be in low occupancy, that's okay, but then you have to make choices that match that. Everything follows from the choices that you make about the future. So let's play the game. You'll need a basic layout of the building to use as a board, and something like game counters that you can use as people. It's Monday morning, 8 a.m., and the nursery staff come in, followed closely by the children. There aren't that many of them, but they've got bikes, so they take a lot of space. They're there till noon, and then at 3 p.m., it's the turn of the after-school care. At 6, they leave, and then at 8 p.m., there's a book club in, but they're only small, so they only use a corner of the hall. Other weekdays are very similar. In general, the hall is only about half occupied, sometimes with small groups, and the main space is completely empty, apart from on Wednesday when there's a service which has about 5 people at it, and they just use the side chapel. On Saturday, the building is completely empty. But on Sunday, there's a full house for the morning service. They use the worship space and the hall. It's all over by 12:30. You can see that in this building, there's a lot of unused space. This raises questions for this group. Are there other users that they could find for these spaces? Should they be using the worship space for other things during the week? What kind of people might want to use the space? So for instance, could they set up a health drop-in? And if so, what would that mean about disabled access? To help your group tell the story of the building now and in the future, you can ask questions. Who might want to use your building? What changes would make it so that they could use the space? You can get creative as you play the game. Use cutouts to add walls if you think that you might want to partition a space. Or just use Post-it notes to mark the changes that your group suggests. Whatever you do, get the group to do it. You want to make them feel free and safe to make their suggestions. You'll get better results that way, and they'll feel they own your future plans. If you have any questions about the HeatHack board game, get in touch. We're always interested in how things work for you.